Oh, hello. Come, Kronos.
The horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep.
Ah,
Well, hello and welcome to Shallow Proclamation. My name's Paul, and as always, I'm joined by.
Thomas.
And we're about to dive into episode 5 of The Time Monster. We are nearing the end of the season. We've only got 2 episodes left, so if you've got questions for the season review, which we do as a live stream, pop them down below in the comment section. Let us know they are for season 9, or pop them on our Discord server, and there's a link for that in the description. And if you want full reactions, you can also find our Patreon there as well.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, so this is where we were last week. I remember now.
It was a really dramatic ending, wasn't it? Both Doctor and Joe getting blasted out into the abyss.
Yeah.
That's cool seeing the two Tardai intertwine.
Tardai. Yeah, many Tardai. Now, I know I told you, obviously, this TARDIS doesn't actually appear again as a set, so, I mean, what's your thoughts on it, really? Like, where do you land on this?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I think I do prefer the original Roundel design, but it's kind of a vibe. I can see why maybe at the time it's the sort of thing I can imagine going out of fashion very quickly and then
Yes.
becoming desirable again about this sort of time. That time rotor's pretty nifty, isn't it? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably because it's only in one story, it's such a novelty that, I mean, I do kind of like it. Maybe I wouldn't have been so keen on it if it did stick around for much longer. And I think you're absolutely right. It's very sort of dated. Very quickly it becomes old. But, you know, for a one-off, it's quite nice. Oh,
Totally. Oh, hello. Come, Kronos.
the horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep.
Ah,
So this is doing a bit like these 6-parters tend to do. We've got a bit of a change here, haven't we, in terms of location, direction. I mean, the Atlantis thing has been teased all the way through, but here we are.
yeah. So this is Atlantis.
Yeah,
It's
I think
real.
So. I
This
mean, it's quite a
Hogwarts
nice
real
set,
too.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Although, I mean, it does look very much like a stage, doesn't it? Like a stage set. It's a good size.
It is. Those columns are reasonable size, aren't they?
Now, this lady was, I think her name's Ingrid Pitt. She was actually quite a famous film actress at the time, like in a lot of I think she was like horror films.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I think she was a classic sort of scream queen kind of thing.
we'll have to look up her IMDb.
Absolutely.
Oh, that TARDIS it's kind of cool when it. I mean, it's not the police box, is it? But I
No.
like the fact that the Master's TARDIS has a different appearance on the outside. His chameleon circuit is still kind of working.
Any god in particular?
Although it hasn't become something especially Atlantean, has it?
No, that's true. It's not particularly blending in.
That to himself.
But what did you think of him, Lucky?
Those were massive grapes. Did you see those?
My very
Wondered what you were going to say then.
Are you teasing?
The grapes on the table.
Right, yes, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the Minotaur. That felt like a real gear shift, didn't it?
It certainly did. I quite like that though. I think
Yeah.
six-parters need. I think that sometimes the six-parters really need that change of direction, the change of scenery, or just a new thing thrown into the mix.
It almost feels like a different story entirely. But it is obviously connected. I'm not saying it's kind of like, bad from a story point of view. It's just, it's just quite fascinating, isn't it? It's like suddenly, when you think back to, we spent all that time kind of in the lab,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and now we're in Atlantis.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
yeah. It's quite nice to have those kind of. I mean, I know that we said the set is quite nice. It is again more reminiscent of some of those older Hartnell Troughton ones where you had a set like that, like a location like the Romans or something, backdrops and stuff like that, to give a sense of scale and things out of windows. I quite like that. It's nice to see it again because we don't get quite as much of it in particularly in the Pertwee era, because so much is location stuff, isn't it? Which is really lovely. That's a real highlight of this era. But it's nice to get some of this stuff as well because it's a nice little treat. So
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it looks great. The sets, and it feels authentic almost. And it's just, yeah, it's cool how the show's come on. I mean, I think that the Hartnell era pulled some things off pretty well, like the Aztecs and stuff. But you just think now what they've in those years later, what they can now do at this point with the show. It's a lot more, isn't it? And yeah, it's just cool to see how it develops.
Yeah, completely agree. I'm looking forward to seeing the final part and how it all wraps up.
The denouement.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, do subscribe, peeps, if you'd like to join us for that. And do join our Discord server, link in the description below, if you want to continue these conversations. And we have a Patreon as well, where we release the full commentary tracks for these episodes, so you can listen, you can watch with us talking in the background. But thanks for watching.
See you soon.
Goodbye.